Yep, that's me. You're probably thinking how I ended up fighting the stickman. The short answer is thanks to sprites and some other apps. But the long answer is pain, including the process, struggles, and the apps used. This is all done on mobile only. So if you want to see the full animation, the final product, just skip to the end of the video. And let's get started with how I started. So it all started when the Sprite update came out, unlocking all sorts of new animation styles and techniques. But then I remembered Mortal Kombat 1's announcement, the new game. This led me to visit the classic Mortal Kombat 1, back when the characters were actual people being pictured for the animations. So I thought, with modern technology, it should be a piece of cake, right? Yes and no. Well, it certainly was easier with today's technology, but it doesn't mean it's a painful process. So let's get to the process. So first, I had to animate the flow of the combo, since the day I record is on a Sunday, which wasn't Sunday yet. It wasn't smooth, but it gave me a gist of what it should look like. And then the next step, to record, was set on motion that Sunday. On Sunday, the road is closed and it is used by pedestrians to walk around, possibly busk, cosplay, or simply have fun strolling around and seeing what the people have to offer. It gave me an opportunity to wear my penguin hat and not be called a weirdo in public, as did my choreo. The recording went smoothly. I just required a lot of trimming because, well, I forget the choreo a lot, and it had to be done in one shot. After the recording, I edited the video to trim out all the unnecessary parts. And there we have it. Now I just have to find a way to extract the frames from the video. After trial and error with a bunch of apps, I found a useful one. This is Video to Photo Converter by Void Developer. It doesn't really look appealing, doesn't look much, but it gets the job done. I put my video in, set it to capture at a time interval, and changed it to capture every 0.1 second. It did the job well, a bit too well. It overwhelmed me with 475 separate images. Now that's a lot of images just for a 17-second animation too. And that's where we get to the next step. The next step was to handpick the key poses and segregate them. The first batch, I managed to reduce it around 131 images, but then when I looked again, it seemed to have too many in-between frames, which classic Mortal Kombat doesn't exactly have. So I handpicked again, and came down to a little over 100 images, which is a great improvement. Now the next step was to remove the background of each frame. But Sultan, Mortal Kombat used green screen and you don't have it. Well, we don't really need green screen nowadays. We got the AI.
No.
Welcome to the modern technology. Introducing PhotoRoom AI Photo Editor. Thanks to this, I managed to remove the background of the first couple frames easily. And with that, I have easily finished the idle animation. It was looking goofy at that point, so I just continued it as a joke. But to continue, there were a lot of images ahead of me. The issue with PhotoRoom though is that it doesn't do bulk work, so everything has to be done one by one. So I tried finding a better background removal app, but nothing proved to be as good as PhotoRoom. So I just accepted the struggle, and I did it one by one. And after a while, like an hour or two, of removing the background of each frame, I finally removed the background out of all of them. And then the next step was to import them to stick nodes as sprites. That part was rather painful. I had to go back and forth, which is a similar process to PhotoRoom, but in addition to it, I had to rename it, so I have to think of initials to give them. So I just gave them random initials, some of them meaning stuff. and it took a long while to do. I didn't manage to import all of these sprites in one day, so I saved it and called it a day. Then the next day, I have come to realize another struggle. It does take a while to load, so I keep myself busy while waiting for it to load. Considering the quality of the images, I can't do anything about that. But after getting the sprites in, all of them, 100 plus, I hate this process. I put them together in their respective movie clips like in a video game. And after putting them together, this is the result. At least at the time. It looked fine, but it needed some improvements. So I shared it to my friends and they thought it was cool. Well, I was happy to hear that. And I thought it'd be funny if I applied to the Super Move 2 Turbo collab by using this video. And they accepted it? What? Well, now I got a reason to finish it. And that's what I sought out to do. I deleted all the frames and started again. But this time, I just needed a target dummy and a different background. So I created an opponent with myself as the reference and I animated it with all the different types of hurt animations. And also I changed the background. With the movie clips already animated, I just had to put everything together and it was looking good. They suggested I add punch sparks and classic Mortal Kombat 2 sounds, and so I did. And with that done, this is the result. Once that was done, I submitted it as an entry to the collab and wow, I didn't expect much people to actually like it. I'm surprised myself. It all started as a joke experiment and turned out pretty great. I'm really glad I had a reason to finish it because it would be wasted potential at that point. But then when I put it on Twitter, Ralph had an idea. And I sure hope it doesn't end horribly. Because the collab he might derive out of this would be thanks to me or my fault. So yeah, thanks for watching to the end and I hope you can try it too. So yeah, I'll see you another day. Adios.